In a world full of animated cartoons, you need a voice. That's right. It's the End Pocket Dimension. My name's Jacob. We talk about nerdy things on this podcast. Tonight we're talking about voiceovers, voice actors, all sorts of fun things like that. We got a special guest today, but first let me introduce the regular other co-host on this show, Luke Shot First, aka Zaddy Supreme. Gage, what's up?
Zaddy Supreme indeed. It's getting closer and closer. So feeling the baby energies coming on for sure. Good to be here though.
Hell yeah, man. We also have a guest today. This is Gahmstead. Say what's up, man. Oh, I can't hear him now. Can you hear him?
Did we get some mute?
Oh, there you go.
Some muted. There we are.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's going on, everyone?
All right.
All right. Did you?
I didn't know if it muted again or not, but hey, I like your hat. Is that?
Oh, thank you.
Is that a vibe? Is that your vibe? Those kind of hats?
Oh, it is my vibe. I could. Do you want me to explain my hat stack to you in the daily cycle?
Fucking let's go.
Oh yeah,
let's go.
All right. So my hat stack is right now on a 31-day cycle, and I'll wear them in the order without fail.
wow, that's excellent.
This is day 23.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Damn.
I have a pretty sizable beanie collection, and I try and switch it up on the daily, and I do have my favorites that I find myself going back to, but wow, one for each day of the month, that's a whole nother level right there.
I'm not even a biggest wrestling fan, but my latest one is the Jake Hager, the purple bucket hat. All my friends are wrestling fans, so
Really?
they all know what that is.
Did you say Jay Kager?
Yeah,
Like
I have the hat right over there. Like it's out of reach, but I have it.
Let's see. I typed in JayKegger. I don't think that was right.
No, JAKE HAGER.
Oh, Jake Kager? Ager? Is that?
Yeah,
Am I closer?
I think that's his name.
So I don't know. I don't know shit about wrestling.
Yeah, obviously you're showing your noviceness there.
100%. Everybody around me seems to be into wrestling. I mean, on the internet.
Me too.
For some reason, like not the people in my life, like no one around me in Las Vegas is like a wrestling fan. But then you go on the internet, you meet the kind of funny best friends, and then everybody's a fucking wrestling fan all of a sudden. And I'm like, when did this happen?
Seriously.
Like, you know what I mean? So I honestly don't know anything about it. I think it's cool. I tried to put it on the TV once. Emoji Squeeze was like, turn that off. So that's how much wrestling is happening in this house.
Oddly enough, my wife really liked it when she was younger. I don't know. I think it was like the fact that she wasn't from America, and so she was like, she was looking at this whole weird American thing and just being like, "What the heck is that?" So, but she doesn't watch it anymore. So her era was like Stone Cold Steve Austin era type stuff.
Yeah, see, that was the time. That was like the time frame that I watched it. Also, here's the Jay Kager guy. So there you go.
That's him. He has a purple hat.
He has a purple hat.
Excellent.
Let's check the Google images.
And it's an official, like, I bought it from the official shop. There it is. That was one of the pictures.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right.
Yeah, you can buy that hat.
The bucket hat is coming back hard. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it for sure.
Well, everything
That's
is.
how long I've been wearing them. I've been wearing them since I was in like the 7th grade, so they were in style when I started wearing them.
Oh, sure.
Damn, really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I feel like the 90s is back in, and like I guess the early 2000s too. And so like I started seeing people wearing those like bucket hats, and I was like, okay, this is happening. This is actually happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like now
The thing is,
even
yeah,
in
totally.
even in music, like in the dance music scene, like breaks is big right now. I'm like, man, that's so 90s. You know, it's tripping me out. Boy
Yeah,
band.
the one thing that I haven't seen like come back that's like in that sort of way is like the kind of like animated shows of the era, like that sort of aesthetic. Like I haven't seen some of the weirder, like kind of almost like ugly psychedelic shit, like Rocko's Modern Life type of aesthetic come back. But I'm waiting for that.
I love that shit. But that relates in
Yeah.
what we're talking about. Talking about animation and stuff. You know, voiceovers. But hey, this is Neon Pocket Dimension. This is a place where you can be as nerdy as you want. And if someone judges you, then we're gonna tell them to stop. Hey, stop that shit. You know, anything you can nerd out on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Knitting.
Legit.
I keep bringing knitting up. One day we'll have a knitting person on here.
We'll do a knitting episode. I'm a fantastic knitter. Just letting you know.
Ooh, I need to see your work. Gahmstead, do you do any kind of crafts,
One
man?
day.
Do any kind of crafts?
I don't. I wish I could say I did. I don't. I need to learn how to sew to fix up some pockets on my jacket, but that's not a skill that I currently have.
Nice.
True. I mean,
I'm bad at sewing. I don't really know how to sew, but I can knit. I can knit you a good ass sweater. No, not a sweater. A scarf, maybe a beanie, some socks if I'm really going crazy.
I want a blanket.
Yeah, that would take a long time, but I could do it technically.
I want a tarp.
Whole ass blanket.
Yeah.
It took me like a year to knit my mom a scarf one time for Christmas. It was a long time.
Anyway, so yeah, as we talk about nerdy shit on this podcast, everything from anime to video games to movies to music to anything really. Miguel's not here, but he's in the chat. He said Polly Pocket had a bucket hat. So there you go.
Nice.
I mean, I saw Remy Wolf wearing one when I saw her live, perform. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I feel like that fits her character. Just like this Gahmstead guy. What's that?
You know who else had a bucket hat?
Who?
If you saw the Rambo 4, the one that took place in Burma,
Ooh.
the one sniper that actually survived out of all those mercenaries, he wore a bucket hat, and that's probably why he survived.
That's oddly
for him.
specific and pretty awesome.
It was.
Here's a picture. See him? Is it that guy?
That's him.
On the top left?
Dude.
So quick on the draw.
Yeah. I already had the window open. I'm quicker.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm quicker than my laptop is right now. Oh well. Shit happens. Also, Cox Communications, again, fuck you. Fuck you for being shitty internet. But I digress.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to our patented segment we call the Wibe New. What does that mean? Does that mean, Gage?
It means what you've been nerding out on.
And I do like to pass it to the guests first as a courtesy. Although I don't want to put you in the spot, so you could pass it to someone else if you're not feeling it yet.
No, I don't mind starting.
Okay, go right ahead.
I've been playing mostly Monster Hunter. For the Xbox version, I had now over 100 hours on that.
Mm-hmm.
Just building my way up. I don't progress through the ranking unless I'm playing this one with a group. When I played the Switch, I played solo. So I did whatever I wanted, but this one I'm actually reserving myself on progressing Hunter rank too far because sticking with the group. But it's allowing me to do a lot of farming and inventory building and stuff like that, which I don't mind doing because I am a huge Monster Hunter nerd. I love those games.
This is Monster Hunter Rise you're talking about, right?
That is correct.
Cool, right on. Yeah. I was just making sure it wasn't Worlds. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
what's
played the fuck out of World too.
Yeah. Worlds was
Believable.
really cool. It was the first Monster Hunter I ever played, but I enjoyed it a lot.
I played
What was
XX.
the question?
I played XX, the one that was on the 3DS or whatever. The Switch port.
Okay. Yep. What was that, Generations or some shit?
Something like that. Yeah, I think it's called
Yeah, I wanna
Generations.
see this stuff.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
how does is Rise? I saw it was on Switch first, right?
yes, sir.
But I did see that it came to Xbox, but is it a superior experience on Xbox? Probably, right?
Yeah, the frame rate is the first thing that you notice. Which is something. It's weird that I say that because I don't actually normally notice frame rate and stuff like that. But playing the Xbox for a few weeks and then jumping back into my Switch version, you notice it. It
Yeah.
goes from like 60 down to 30, and yeah, and it is spruced up with HD graphics, but otherwise it is just a spruced up Switch game, so they could only do so much with it.
Sure,
But
sure.
it still looks really good.
It's fun.
Yeah, the art style is really rad.
It's fun as hell. I love those games. I love the
So
wire bug system. I really hope they keep that in some capacity.
Yeah, like
So I know Rise is like a little bit different than some of the other mainline ones. What is it? Is it like a more story focused thing that is the difference part of it? What's different about it?
It's mostly the just like the wire bug aesthetic and how you traverse around, actually
Hmm.
being able to like run up the walls as freely as you can. Um, the fact that mounting monsters is more like a kaiju battle now,
Hmm.
instead of just like, because in past games, if they had a mounting system, it was really, you just like you jump onto one part and stab the shit out of the back until you get shook off. But this one, you actually like mount them and battle other monsters and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
this version's like the most Japanese one. You know what I mean? It's very
Oh yeah,
Japanese.
and that's saying something because the other ones are pretty damn Japanese.
I know. Well, like okay, it's definitely a deliberate choice they made to like have the song that's playing when you're in the town like like a woman singing in Japanese like the entire time you're just listening to a song of just like a Japanese woman singing, which I found very interesting. You know what I mean? It's not like just background music. You're just listening to a song on a loop the whole time.
You know what I thought when
Interesting.
I was hearing that? I was like, you know what? I watched Inuyasha when I was in high school. Why the fuck not? Let's do it. Let's do this.
I just thought it was really
Nice.
like a really like deliberate, interesting choice to do something like that. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. I mean, and everything like the aesthetic is very Japanese. Like everyone's like basically a ninja. It's almost like you're at it. Like it's like Naruto. You know, you're like in a ninja village, but like they're all monster hunters. Like that's what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Cool.
The Palamutes too. You've always had like the cat buddies, the Palico, but this one
Hmm.
gives you the Palamute. And they're like horse-sized dogs that you can ride around on, and they help you in battle and all that junk.
Cool.
Those things are sick too.
That's most. That's what I've been playing. That's what I'm playing right now. I'm looking down at my list. I've actually beat, I think, 4 games so far this year. Because I played like Devil May Cry 5. I played
Nice.
High on Life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I've played a few games this year so far, and Monster Hunter usually puts a pause on me beating games in a rapid succession like that.
I have those types of games where it's like when one hits, it's like, well, my main focus is just going to be on this and maybe some other like dabble in some other stuff, but yeah, only really progress the one big bad.
Totally opposite of me. You know, I'm like
Yeah.
gamer chaos ADD. They call me the 5 minute gamer, Gahmstead, because I only play every game for 5 minutes. What do you
That
what do
was
you
it's
me.
a little anecdotal, but yeah, it's become his title. It's pretty good.
I guess, yeah.
That was me. The past few years, I've tried to like discipline myself down. I actually have a gaming journal where I'll write about the games that I play and stuff like that. So it
Cool.
helps
Nice.
me
That's a really good
focus.
idea.
Yeah, I'm starting to take little notes so I can at least have something to say about stuff and not like, oh, I played this game and it was cool. I played that game. It's cool. That game right there, that game was cool.
A little more record keeping, a little more specificity. Yeah.
like when we do our videos where we're like reacting to, or we're like going over like a Nintendo Direct or something, I make notes, and then I found those to be fun to read again later. So I don't know if I keep cutting out. I probably do on your guys' end. I don't know how bad it is, but yeah, I can hear you guys just fine. Anyway,
It goes in and out. You're all right. You're just fine.
yeah. I couldn't tell you what's happening. I'm not downloading anything. That's another thing we like to nerd out on.
I know how it goes.
Like to nerd out on how the internet just decides to not work every time that I want to record a podcast, but works perfectly on any other night. Even though tonight's a Wednesday,
Love it.
it's not a Friday, it's not a Saturday. People aren't spending all their time downloading things on my block. You know what I mean? It's just shoddy, just weird, makes no sense. So yeah,
Yeah, man. It's the spy balloons, dude. That's what's messing with you.
Yeah, you gotta shoot a few more of those down, man. The jamming signal. You need to take down the jamming signal. That's like a level in GoldenEye 007 right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
But only on
Heck
00 Agent. Anything else you've been nerding out on there,
Oh, yeah.
Gahmstead, or what?
I'm behind on my Last of Us. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes, so I haven't quite been nerding out on that.
Mm-hmm.
When I've been doing my writing, I've been using I like having something just familiar that I've seen a million times as background
Sure.
noise. And lately it's been the Netflix episodes of Mystery Science Theater.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Love those episodes.
I've been throwing on Always Sunny. We're kind of like rewatching that. And my lady's
Always Sunny is a classic.
been watching that 70 show.
Okay.
It's a good show.
All right, right on.
Good classic show.
It is.
Anyway, Gage.
Why don't you take it away? You just started saying what you've been watching.
What have I been watching?
Yeah, that seems like a good enough segue.
Exactly.
Well, Gundam update. Gundam 00 is getting better.
I'm gonna make you a graphic eventually. Sorry, I really should do that soon so we can capitalize on it more. But we need a Gundam update graphic. I'll work on it. Remind me.
I'm looking for my soundboard here. I found it. And I'll play that sound too. Anyway, yeah. the Gundam 00 is getting pretty interesting. Things are heating up. 3 new characters, and in turn, mobile suits. I'll just say that have entered the fray that nobody expected to show up. And so I'm like, oh, this really changes things. So I'm enjoying that. Kind of not getting any further in what's it called, Witch from Mercury, because again, it's subtitled and it's just harder to watch. And like when I'm watching stuff, I can't stare at the screen the whole time. You know what I mean? Here's the sound. Okay, that was pretty loud.
Perfect. That was very loud.
That was very loud. I'm sorry about that. Hold on.
It's all right. It woke up anyone in the chat who was starting to drift off.
Yep, for sure.
All right. Well, let's try it again. Okay, that's better. Jesus Christ.
Better.
Anyway, yes.
I liked it. I liked it loud. I say keep it that way.
I just played it a second time, so they get it both ways. There
you go.
Yeah, no. So
keep it the first way, and then just play it without any
warning.
Any warning.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Throw it at people.
I'm not gonna edit anything out. I'm just gonna leave it in. I'm gonna play it 2 more times. There you go. So anyway, yeah. Enjoying 00. Wish I could finish, because I think there's only 12 episodes of Witch from Mercury. Wish I could finish those. Eventually will, but most of my time right now is being eaten up by Dungeons and Dragons. We're starting up a new group. We have a group. Like I have 5 people now, besides me, that will be actually playing. The last time we had a group, it was 4 players. So this is like 1 extra player. It's perfect. So like I have the 3 core rule books. I've read them a bunch of times. I've read all these books a bunch of times, but like it's been a while, and I just need to refresh on stuff. So I've been reading those books, checking things out, and after today, I am finally basically good to go. I want to flip through the adventures, to see if there's maybe some stuff I could use. But like, I'm good, man. There's like 3 monster books. I have like an easy to build encounter thing. I created a world like a long time ago. I just kind of have to go through like each of the different areas in it and, you know, make sure I remember what the fuck's going on and like add some more quest trailheads and stuff. Because this campaign, it's, you know, it's like a super campaign where essentially they're in like an Yggdrasil type of like city, tree city hub. Like each of the branches goes to like another dimension, and each dimension's like a different flavor. So it's just sort of like they can,
Cool.
and they run like an adventuring guild, so they just get quests and like choose where they want to go do the quests at. So if they feel like they want to go to the Viking place and do an adventure there, they can do that. They can come back, then they can go to like, you know, fight a dragon in another area, or they go to a desert in another area. You know, all sorts of crazy shit going on there. So that'll be a lot of fun to put together again, and these people seem like they're having fun. The Artificer class in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, really freaking interesting, really cool. Check that out if you are interested in if you are D&D person but haven't really read about the Artificer. I like the way that they've like implemented it in 5th edition. So just kind of got done reading about it. Like Artificer is basically a magical like tinkerer, right? So like either an alchemist where you can make like potions and throw them, and that's how you cast your spells, or like you can make like essentially like magical armor for yourself. Think about like almost like a mech exoskeleton for like your character, you know, and like it does different things. Or you can like be an artillerist where you essentially have like a gun wand, but then you also build like a magical cannon. And the cannon can like have legs and like crawl, like walk around and shoot people either with like a flamethrower or like a massive ballista, or it can like shoot shields. That's kind of interesting.
Cool. So it's super like steampunky, but steampunk magic type of thing.
Exactly. And the last one is essentially you just build like a robot that like is the defender, and like, you know, it's like
like an automaton of sorts.
Yeah, it's like a big robot tank that, you know, but like he also like, I don't know, like heals and stuff, like heals the team as well as like buffs them and shit. So pretty cool, pretty interesting. A lot of fucking options with the amount of books that are out now. And like if you did want to like dungeon master, but you don't want to put all this time into like home brewing your own world and stuff, there's a lot of different adventures to choose from. A ton of them like starting at level 1 and building all the way up to like 10 or 15, you know. I think there's even one that goes up to 20. I could be wrong there. But pretty sick stuff. And then video game wise,
Yeah, that's wild.
just Hogwarts, like every fucking day. Just only game. Like right now, I'm doing the thing where I'm just playing one game every day.
Good for you.
But
Going
Gage,
against the grain.
yeah, I gotta. Well, it's, you know, we're just having a good time with the game. Joy's watching. You know, we're big Harry Potter fans. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Gage, we need to do some more Elden Ring co-op though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I bet I had a good time on our brief last little session, but it was still fun.
Mhm.
And although we did beat 2 bosses, that was cool.
Yeah, we got that Morgoth,
yeah,
little bitch.
Yeah, little bitch. Let's go take down big bad Rhea Lucaria pretty soon. You know, we got to go hang out in Liurnia.
Well, we're gonna have to get through all the other shit first. I've been going, like, I think Gahmstead saw me doing this. Where maybe it might not have been him, but someone was watching me stream, and I was just going to areas with bosses and just marking them, and so that we could just like team up to beat random bosses throughout the know the levels and stuff. Besides like actually running dungeons.
I love it.
Like I won't run the dungeons without you, but like world bosses,
yeah,
same thing. But like just the areas, like I'll clear those. It's fine.
Yeah. I was kind of doing a similar thing. I was like trying to figure out
Great
where
job.
like I was running around the world. But I do think it'd be interesting to try and, because I didn't do this in my first playthrough, but to try and skip Stormvale Castle and then come back to it later. But anyways, just a thought.
Depends
it out.
on. I mean, we need spells and stuff, man. We're wretches. You need
That's
the
true.
equipment. You know what I mean? Got to run through the stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
You trying to speed
The
run
thing
this
about
shit?
Stormvale, well, no. I just
we-
wanted to see because I know some people did that where they skip Stormvale Castle and because you can take that trail, and
Yeah.
then
Mhm.
like kind of do it a little bit backwards where you come back and take on Godric afterwards and
Mhm.
stuff. But anyways, it'd be interesting to jump over into Liurnia first, but
It could be, but
yeah,
we're
heck yeah.
already kind of fucked because we're wretches. We're starting off harder, and so it's even harder.
No doubt.
You're crazy. You're a crazy man.
Yeah.
That's why I like you.
I know. I'm with it.
That's why I like you.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah. Well, the DMing sounds pretty rad. I haven't played 5e in a while. I had a crew going in the very beginning of the pandemic, but then a couple people moved away, and we didn't really I don't know. We didn't really want to continue it over Discord or anything, or some of the people who were playing weren't really like up to speed on all that kind of stuff, so we kind of fell off. But I do love it. It's a good time.
Yeah. Playing D&D is great.
I haven't played D&D in about a year, maybe a little longer. I've never DM'd. I've only ever been a player in it.
Yeah, me neither.
That's most people.
I mean, to be honest, it's actually I think I would probably really enjoy DMing. I just haven't put like you said, I haven't put the time in
Mhm.
to know. I don't quite know. I wouldn't feel comfortable enough. Like
Mhm.
I don't think I'd be. I think I'd be a good DM imagination wise and like story wise.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd know enough of like what to tell people to like do skill checks and things like that. Like I think I need a little more knowledge about that kind of stuff to like settle those types of debates and things like that. But
Yeah, no, I've been basically like my entire like Dungeons and Dragons like experience has been DMing essentially. Like when I first played, I was a player. That was when in high school when I was like 16 years old. And then I started DMing and it just never stopped. Well, I mean, every time that we played because our sessions like our groups always shatter. Like, one group went for a long time, but like never really had like a long term, like a super long term group. Never a consistent like game. You know what I mean? Hopefully this is consistent. Although we're just gonna do like one Friday a month. Super chill.
Yeah, totally. I think that.
You know what I mean?
I think that's the move.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be more than that. But I'll be prepared. That's the point. And I'm,
one
me,
of my
man.
favorite. Sorry, go for it.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
One of my favorite D&D campaigns we did was when I was going to college. A bunch of us all had like the same period off in between classes, and like we probably should have been doing homework, but we would just all meet up in the library at the university and just play D&D in the library right there. It was pretty sweet, and like it was funny. We would just constantly get onlookers and people coming over being like, "What are you guys doing?" And everyone was always really interested in it. It was funny, but that was a really good group because it was just like all these people coming from class and just had like 2 hours to play D&D between classes. It was pretty good.
That's tight. Gage, what have you been nerding out on?
What have I been nerding out on? Before yesterday, I've been so Gom, I have a baby on the way. We're due in like a month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, because it's so close, we've had a lot of stuff recently to get done. The reason I wasn't on the podcast last week is we were down in the Bay Area. Actually, it's not baby related, but my wife was getting her citizenship, which was awesome. Anyway, so we've just had a lot to do in the last like week or two. So I've really just been kind of doing comfort food nerding on stuff. So like, I've been kind of tired, having a lot to do at night, even after work and stuff. So I've just been kind of like watching some comfort food things. I rewatched all the Lord of the Rings movies just because it was something that makes you feel good when you're just tired and need to not concentrate on stuff. And I was just playing some more Elden Ring, just kind of running on my old character profile and doing some just like kind of going through and doing some stuff that I had missed throughout the game and kind of cleaning up the map a little bit. yeah, just wasn't. I didn't have the mental fortitude to get into anything new. But then last night I was like, we'd kind of done the Valentine's Day thing. She was going to bed, and she was going to bed kind of early because she was wiped. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna have some game time then. And I went downstairs, and I intended on like, I was like, there's a couple things I was thinking about trying out, or maybe just like jumping into some Halo or something like that, like something familiar. And then and then Xbox got me, dude. They had this little sale window that was like Japanese publisher uh sale or whatever. No, not even I don't know, Japanese developer sale. Oh, sorry, that's my dog. And I clicked in there, and it was like 50% off Sekiro, and I was like, oh damn, we're in, let's go.
Oh.
So I just jumped in, and sorry about that. Kodak saw my wife was home. So yeah, Sekiro was there, and I just was like, I've been wanting to play it for a while, and so I jumped on it, and then I played a bunch of it, and yeah, I can't get it off my mind. I want to go play it right now.
It's so good.
Super stoked. I really only recently got into Souls game. I'd played Bloodborne before Elden Ring, and I tried Dark Souls 3 for a little bit, but Bloodborne I got stuck at a certain point, and I realized now I was just not doing the right thing. I just didn't understand From Software. I don't think I upgraded my weapon the entire time I played Bloodborne, and so I was like halfway through that game and was just completely getting pwned on. And so
Yep.
I think I just didn't understand the FromSoft necessariness. So now I think I could go back and probably get through it easy enough. And then yeah, I gave up on Dark Souls 3 really fast, but Elden Ring really hooked me in, as with a lot of people, and so now I've just been like really yearning for another Souls experience. So yeah, Sekiro, awesome so far.
Sekiro, I'm not gonna lie, that was the first From Software game I ever tried to play, and I stopped playing it.
Yeah.
I do intend to get back to it.
Mhm.
I have access to Elden Ring, but I've never played it because the guy whose Xbox I'm linked up with has it, and
Oh, nice.
but when it came out is when I got the Switch version of Monster Hunter, and that just took over my year.
Totally.
Until November when I played Dark Souls 3, and that's the only From Software game I've beaten so far.
Oh wow, cool.
I even beat the Nameless King, which is like
Mhm.
he's not the final boss, but he is the boss of that game.
Yeah.
Like if
Cool.
you can find him and you fight him,
He's the
that's
Melania.
bragging rights right there.
That's the Melania
Alright,
of this
heard.
game. Yeah.
Kind of like is it the Orphan of Kos in
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
y'all need to go back and
Or
play
in-
them all, by the way. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I mean I fully intend to. I just I really wanted to play Sekiro afterwards. Actually, I think on your recommendation. And also Omega Archetype, friend of the show.
Definitely the correct next one to play. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say it feels like it. Like I love the mobility of it. I think that's like pretty refreshing because I think it would have been hard for me to go back to like one of the OG Dark Souls where you can't jump and things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was happy to have a little bit more like Batman action going on in this one, which was pretty cool. It's awesome so far. And I've you know, I'm
Ninja.
early yet, so I don't want to get cocky, but I'm really like digging the parry system. I thought I was nervous like that it was going to be too like rhythmic for me, but I'm actually really finding success in it so far, so it's cool.
Hell yeah. It's gonna get harder.
Hell yeah. Oh, I know. I mean, like I haven't even like been in a situation where there's like a bunch of enemies swarming me or anything. Like I haven't had to do much crowd control or anything like that. So I know it's gonna get a lot harder, and I've already seen some of these bosses just by nature of watching streamers or whatever. And yeah, we'll see. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of moments in Sekiro where you're like, now this is where the game truly begins.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you're probably not there yet. Do you know about a
No,
snake?
definitely not.
Have you met a snake yet?
I haven't met the snake yet, but
Okay.
I think I'm maybe approaching said snake.
All right.
I do know about said snake.
Nice. Well, we'll be monitoring your progress.
Yeah, I'll do some
Pretty-
streaming if I
pretty
get some time, maybe this weekend.
I actually have a VOD on my channel of like how far can I get in 3 hours. from start to finish in like a new game of Sekiro, and I feel like I got pretty far. So like
Nice.
that's the cool thing about that game. It's like it's more of a skill based thing than like a RPG. Like there is character advancement. You know, you get stronger as you beat bosses. You'll like your weapon will do more damage. Essentially, you get kind of upgrades like that. If you do extra side things, you do get other upgrades that help in various ways. But essentially, it's your skill of like just attacking, parrying, stealthing around, being a ninja, right? All those things carry over. So you play that game again, you're like, damn, this shit's easy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Once you know the rhythm of it and like can just do it, you can just do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Never
I'm
beat.
about it. Yeah. The one thing I'm having trouble with is since I've been playing Elden Ring so recently, is like I told you earlier when we were talking off air. There's just a couple of like controls that I keep messing up. Like going to do a flask with X instead of that kind of stuff. So
The up.
I saw her.
Yeah, my cat jumped up on the table behind me.
oh, I thought you were telling me to turn my volume down.
No,
Nope,
I'm
there's an
pointing at the
animal.
cat. You see the cat?
I see it.
There she is. No, you're good. No, yeah, Sekiro's great.
So yeah, that's my why I'm new. I was stoked that I had a new thing to talk about on nerding out, because otherwise I've just been chewing on some comfort nerding.
Which is what? Elden Ring?
Well, Elden Ring and watching Lord of the Rings and shit like that.
You've been watching Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I rewatched all three of the extended versions just because I just needed some comfort food, like I said.
Well,
You're speaking my language.
yeah, I love that movie. Don't know what they're saying.
You know,
Have no
I
idea.
probably. Oh, you're here.
Oh, I'm back. Okay.
No, you're back. No, I probably watch them once a year, and it was time. It was like halfway through February. I was like, you know what, let's do this thing. So,
What's your favorite one of the three?
it's hard to say. I mean, it's like, it's probably Two Towers, but then again, like the Fellowship, like the whole first half of like all the way up to like the Council of Elrond and the Fellowship is just so jolly.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, but Two Towers probably as a whole movie, I probably like the best. Return of the King has really epic moments, but it's just kind of like there's a lot of stuff I don't necessarily want to sit through all the time in there. But yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Probably Two Towers, you know, but I like Fellowship because it's like a party going on a quest. You know what I mean? And that's fun. But then Two Towers has the what is it? Helm's Deep, and that's pretty iconic. So that's also
it is.
That's also when Gimli is thrown, and that's iconic as well.
I cannot make the distance. You'll have to toss me like that.
Don't
Yep.
tell the elf.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Cool.
anyway, so yeah, that's my why I'm new, brah.
Nice.
Bro.
Nice dog. Nice bro.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
All right, let's talk about voice actors, boys. Voice
Let's do it.
actors. Let's put this up there. Swing. Anyway, yeah,
Boing.
love them. My first favorite voice actor of all time.
Love them, he says.
Love 'em. Like, respect them. Voice actors, they're there. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
You wouldn't. Everything would be boring without voices. Think about it. Think about if Yoda was just like this, and that was all you got.
I'd definitely be.
You'd
I'd be fascinated, but bored for sure.
You'd have nothing, right? I only said that because there's a picture of Yoda in some cartoon on this website I was looking at.
Nice.
But yeah, no, my first favorite voice actor has to be, you know what I mean? That guy, the Looney Tunes guy. Fuck, I forgot his name again. What's his name again? Mel
Mel-
Blanc.
Mel Blanc.
Blanc?
Mel
There you
Blanc.
go.
Mel Blanc. Blanc.
Which one is
I've
it?
heard both.
Oh, I always thought it was Mel
I
Blanc.
don't know him.
Depends if he's
gonna-
French.
I'm just
Depends
gonna
if he's
throw-
French or not.
I'm just gonna throw my Boston accent in there and just say blank.
Mel Blanc.
There you go.
You know that bastard. The Mel
That
Blanc bastard.
There he is.
There he is.
Classic.
So what makes this guy amazing? He's the man of 1,000 voices. That's right. Basically every fucking voice on Looney Tunes. It's just one man.
Almost all of them.
Yeah, pretty much most of them, right? Looks
Yeah, most of them. He was a lot of the main ones for sure.
Looks like he's staring into my soul.
I don't think he was Elmer Fudd, but he
Hmm.
was most of the characters.
Oh,
And
there
you can
go.
definitely tell, like, yeah, he was. You can definitely tell his bugs from modern Bugs Bunnies
Oh, yeah.
because his bugs had a smoker's rasp.
Hmm.
Yeah, good point. You know, people don't smoke cigarettes anymore like they used to.
No, he was Bugs Bunny back when they were smoking right in the studio around all that expensive equipment.
I'm sure.
That's
I'm
pretty.
sure that studio is musty as all get out for sure.
Oh boy. Yeah. All right. We'll go through what Google says. He's let's see, Bugs
Okay,
Bunny.
yeah. I didn't
Porky
think
Pig.
he's not. I don't think he's Foghorn Leghorn either. Yeah.
No. Daffy Duck, Yosemite Sam, Sylvester, and Tweety, Pepe Le Pew.
What? He was Mr. Spacely? I
Whoa.
know that's not Looney Tunes, but he was Mr.
Oh, yeah.
He was Mr. Spacely.
He was a lot of things. He was Dino, Woody Woodpecker. Damn. This guy's-
Wow.
Can I get a good list and not like this weird Google list that's all cut off? Let's see. Is there a list?
We'll see. I know he was he was a big
Numerous
he was
voices.
a big influence on. He was a big influence on Mark Hamill doing voice acting.
Really? Is that true?
Yeah, I remember I was watching an interview with Mark Hamill on something, I forget what it was,
No shit.
and he was saying how he
Here we
actually
go.
originally got into acting to do voice acting. He was kind of accidentally cast in Star Wars.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, but he was really like trying to be more of a voice actor, and that's why he was like, when he came off of Star Wars, he just kind of went back on that track because he was like, well, that was what I wanted to do anyways. So
Oh, here we go. Let's settle this right now. His actual birth name is Melvin Jerome Blank with a K.
whoa,
So there you go.
Blanc sounds
he
more
pro-
sophisticated. I'll give it to him.
His IMDb acting count is probably the highest I've ever seen on anyone. It's 1,228. I've
Wow.
never seen anyone in the thousands.
Wow.
That's absurd.
Yeah, if we're talking just, well, at least on this behindthevoiceactors.com website, he has 1,188 roles.
Good Lord.
Let's see. He was Barney Rubble as well. He was Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, I lied. My bad.
Wow. Smogzilla. Never heard of that. The fuck is that? He was Heathcliff.
Wow.
He was even Heathcliff.
If he was on that Hanna-Barbera paycheck, they shit out so many bullshit cartoons in the 60s. He's probably been
sure.
a handful, he's probably been a dozen voices of characters that we would never hear of.
He's
Yeah,
Captain
of course.
Caveman. You ever heard of Captain Caveman?
Captain Caveman, I've heard. Oh, I know who Captain Caveman is.
Here, let me
I didn't know
capture
he
my
was Mel
cursor.
Blanc.
There, now you can see my mouse. Let's see. It's a lot of repeating roles here. Speedy Gonzales. That's kind of, I'm offended that he was Speedy Gonzales as a Mexican.
Hey man, there was
Unfortunately,
no representation back then. Yeah.
Damn, bro. So he's just Barney Rubble, like straight up. Like every time that I'm scrolling down through this list, Barney Rubble, fucking Daffy Duck, Barney Rubble, Dino, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Pablo. He's fucking Pablo and Fernando.
Wow, classic.
Wow, Pancho
He was definitely
Vanilla.
the first. He was definitely the first voice actor I was ever aware of, for sure.
Yeah, same here, basically.
Because even when I was
Yeah.
a little kid, people would tell me that all these voices are one person and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Peruskis. Some people need to just get timed out in the chat. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Oh no, really? I wasn't just checking. My bad.
No, it's fine. I can moderate while I record and produce. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's an extra thing. I usually try and watch out for that for you, but oh well.
Nah, it's fine. You know, I'm just honored that people are in the chat at all. Anyway. So yeah, Mel Blanc.
Even if they're getting mixed.
Yeah, even if they're getting destroyed. Oh shit. Man, my window just got all wonky there. So anyway, yeah, Mel Blanc, great voice actor. You know, listen to his work, watch any Looney Tunes episode, and you know, I think as long as it was of the classic era, I think even in like the '80s and stuff, right? He was still doing it.
I think he was even Bugs Bunny and Roger Rabbit.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Like even in some of like the newer movies that had come out like in the '90s and shit. So yeah, basically watch any Looney Tunes episode, you'll hear his voice, and it's just like remarkable to hear a guy's like whose voice is just so like versatile and you know and awesome. You don't have that a lot. Although there are those people on YouTube. Have you ever seen like some random person who's like, I can do 500 voices, and they just go through all of them and do like all the impressions? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people are great. You know? But like
There's
what's that?
There's another voice actor that we all grew up on, who's like that. She was Babs. Her name's Tress McNeil. Like she Babs Bunny, Agnes Skinner. She's the current Daisy Duck among like a shit ton of Futurama voices.
Mm-hmm.
There was an episode of Tiny Toons where Babs had to imitate all her classmates, and she did such a good job that her castmates in real life thought that they were just gonna that they were all gonna get fired and get replaced by her.
Because they could just do it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, she's a legend. I think I know this voice.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find any more. Yeah, Babs Bunny. Rosie the robot. She was Chip and Wilma.
Yep.
Wow. Damn. But it's like it's a very distinct voice. Like if you heard her voice, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, shit, I know that voice." And it's because she's everything.
Especially her old lady voice.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's in some Simpsons characters for sure. I thought
for sure.
So that's funny.
Yeah, she's in a ton. Even like some kids.
Apparently a bunch.
Oh, she was Jimbo Jones. No shit.
That's hilarious.
There's Agnes Skinner.
Kind of makes sense, I guess.
It's pretty incredible. She seems to be like the person that was Chip, though. Oh, she was in Rugrats. Baby Stew.
Hell yeah,
that's hilarious.
Wow. Damn. Oh, she was Charlotte.
So wild.
She was that one mean lady's mom, right? Let's see what else.
Versatility, right, of like some of these characters.
Oh,
is trippy. It's
yeah, it's really trippy. She was Mighty Max's mom, dude.
That's awesome.
Oh God, remember Mighty Max? Wow, I haven't thought about that in a long. I haven't thought about that. I used to have the play sets. A lot of those ones. They were like super miniatures. That was awesome. Yeah. God, I forgot about those.
I had a bunch of those.
Call back to Polly Pocket. That was like the boy version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Polly Pocket was the same thing, except Polly Pocket came first, I think. But yeah, she's also
Dot Warner.
She's also Dot Warner. Yeah, I was about to say that. And in VeggieTales.
And
VeggieTales, classic.
Wow.
Paycheck's a paycheck, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
That's some uncanny valley.
But
for
yeah,
you.
my appreciation of voice actors was gradual because like I wasn't always aware of them as consciously as I am now. But as I started getting older, and I think it was like probably like the Family Guy era of stuff, is when I started looking into things. Because when you realize that Peter, Brian, Stewie, and Quagmire are all the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you look into like The Simpsons, and if you ever see
Hank Azaria,
fucking Burns and
Smithers?
Smithers. Yeah, I don't know why I was blanking on that name. That's just one dude having a conversation with himself.
With himself, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
he's
he's both. So yeah, appreciation of it just started growing over time.
Mhm.
And then I started realizing people like Tress McNeil, going back to Rugrats, people like E.G. Daily, who was Tommy Pickles,
Yeah.
Cree Summers, who was the first season Penny and Inspector Gadget, and she was
Whoa.
like Susie in Rugrats. She was number 5 in Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh yeah.
Like these are people I grew up on. I pretty much grew up on most of these voice actors more than I did like live action actors. And when you have someone who can actually convey the same range of emotion without being able to see them, because if you think about it, like what you see
Mhm.
affects how you react to things. So when you see someone like actually pouring their heart out in a live action movie, you can connect with that. But
Right.
then when you also have something like um what was in Into the Spider-Verse, the guy who played the dad, he's also in a Bullet Train and Eternals.
Oh yeah.
Brian,
Yeah.
What's his name?
it is
Shamik
not
Moore? No, that's
scrolling on my goddamn phone.
He's in Atlanta too, right?
Brian Tyree
Yeah.
Tyree Henry.
Yes,
Henry.
sir.
The range of like when Miles is webbed to the chair in his dorm, and his dad's at the other side of the door telling him that his uncle's dead.
Mhm.
Dude, legitimately teared up at that part of the movie,
Yeah.
and it's just a cartoon.
It's
But
some of his best. I'd say maybe some of his best acting. Period. Like compared to some of those other live action roles that we've talked about. Like I totally agree with you. It's crazy how much emotion can come in through that.
Don't get me started on Bullet Train. Don't even get me
Like to
started on
hate.
fucking Bullet Train. Movie sucks.
Did you like it
He's-
or hate it? Oh, you
I-
didn't like it?
I fucking hate that stupid fucking movie, dude. That movie's stupid as fuck. Who wrote that? A foot? You know what I mean?
Alright,
Come on,
so
who wrote that? Like
I
a
watched.
like a tumbleweed like next to typewriter? Jesus
I
Christ.
watched 2 movies in a row from 2022, and Bullet Train was the second one. Triple R, RRR. It's an Indian movie on
I know
Netflix. Have
it.
you seen that?
I know about Triple R.
Dude,
Trust me.
holy shit. That if you didn't like Bullet Train, watch that movie. That movie is fantastic. I cannot recommend that enough. That's probably my favorite bromance in cinema.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I absolutely need to watch RRR. Yeah. It's funny that you started talking about RRR when Gage walked away, and I'm sure he has something to say about that movie when he comes back. But what about this voice actor? H. John Benjamin.
H. John Benjamin, actually, right there, Coach McGurk and Jason. Home movies. Even before it was on Adult Swim, it was on like UPN or some shit like that in
Yeah.
the 90s.
Right.
Like that was my introduction. Coach McGurk was me, and
Mhm.
Ben from Dr. Katz. I can see him down there too. I
Yeah.
used to watch Dr. Katz when I was a kid.
Oh, me too.
I was just a weird kid.
That show
I
is
watched
weird and
shit
great.
like fucking.
I didn't know he was Jason on home movies. You know, you just
Yeah.
think it's Coach McGurk as one person, but like that's kind of crazy that he does another voice on there. Like, I mean, also on the shirt that I'm wearing right now, Bob's Burgers, he does quite a few voices on there. You know, so he does kind of have some voice acting range, but like at the same time, it's just funny that most of the characters he's known for just sound like him talking in general. It's really
Yep.
cracks me the fuck up.
Yeah.
Archer.
Archer, Coach McGurk, Carl,
Yeah, Carl, and yeah.
Moth Monster Man.
Even there was that and the triangle. Actually, all 3 of those Aqua Teen characters.
Yeah,
The,
no doubt.
Oh man, that Veggie Tales episode of Aqua Teen is awesome.
Oh yeah, the
With Mortimer Mellon.
Mortimer, yeah, the mango.
Yeah. Bert Banana was voiced by David Cross.
Yeah, I love David
yeah.
Cross.
Oh my God. So David Cross is awesome.
He's the best.
Yeah, my wife loves Archer, right? And for the longest time, you know, I knew who John H. Benjamin was, but she didn't. She just knew Archer, you know.
Mhm.
And so I was like, describe what you think this voice actor looks like, and she like kind of described a like slightly off-brand Archer, and I was like, no, 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 no. Let's. And then we like watched a Stephen Colbert interview or something, and she was like, what? And yeah, it's just so funny.
I also think it's funny that H. John Benjamin played Master Shake in the live action episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is really funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
he did?
Yeah, he was like
yeah,
interesting.
and
he was live action Master Shake, and yeah, T-Pain was fucking Frylock.
T-Pain. Yes, he was.
I
And,
forgot about that. That's
Meat,
funny.
Meatwad was just one of those exercise balls.
Yeah, yeah, and it was still what's his name? The creator of that show.
Yeah.
Damn it! I'm gonna look him up. Aqua Teen Hunger
I
Force.
guess the name either.
totally
Dave
forgot.
Willis. Thank you. I love Dave
So for
Willis.
me, one of the first times I remember like assigning or like kind of like being fascinated by the fact that someone like utterly different was behind a voice that was so familiar to me was the original first season of the Pokemon anime.
Oh yeah.
When I realized that Ash was voiced by, I think her name is Kathleen Charlotte McIlnerny. McIlnerny, I don't know. But he's been voiced by like 4 different people, and they're all women. But
Mhm.
yeah, that was one of the first times that I remember just being like fascinated by the art of voice acting and the fact that like someone wasn't who you'd think they were making that voice, you know. And then you think about it and you're like, oh, it totally makes sense. Like he's such a young kid, you need like a higher pitched voice type of thing. But just all, you know, just having a real attachment to that character, and you know, at whatever age I was, 9 or something.
Did you
And,
say Sarah Naticheni? Is that the person?
No, there's it says he's been voiced by
I'm looking
like
at the
several people,
list.
but it said the
We got
first
Veronica
person to voice
Taylor.
him was this chick named Veronica Taylor. Is like the one that most people know.
Then you got Casey for the Burger King commercial. Let me bring this back up. Burger King commercial. We got someone named Casey Rogers. We got Sarah Naticheni. This is just going up. It's all the same person. Who is this person you're talking about?
The person, I mean, it's a Wikipedia article, so it could totally be wrong, but it says, it says the first person to voice him was Kathleen Charlotte McIlnerny. Her stage name is Veronica Taylor. That's why.
Oh,
It's just.
So I was right.
Veronica Taylor.
So I was right.
Got it.
Woo! Let's hear it.
Well,
Oh, what happened to my soundboard?
I'll give it to you.
What happened to my soundboard?
Oh,
I want my soundboard. Where is it? Damn it!
No
sorry.
sounds, no confetti.
Say great job.
No, nothing. No.
Someone
no
say
pomp-
great job, please.
No pomp and circumstance.
Please.
Great job.
Thank you. Okay, continue.
Good job.
Great job.
Why did my soundboard?
But anyways,
close?
yeah, I just remember it's gone forever.
Damn.
Damn.
Sorry,
bro.
Now go ahead. What were you
Oh,
talking about? You're talking about this Veronica
I don't
Taylor
know.
lady?
I don't know. I was just really fascinated. I just remember being a young kid and being like, I did know of like the Looney Tunes stuff, although I don't think I knew about Mr. Blanc until later on in life. But yeah, just
Great job.
anime was a new thing for me already. Like with Pokemon was kind of an introduction to that. You know, I'd seen some other Toonami
Great
stuff or
job.
something, but like that was pretty much it.
Mhm.
There it is.
Got it.
But yeah, and I just remember like the concept of, you know, like even just like the first time I thought about like English dub versus subs and stuff like that too, you know, like that's an interesting concept.
Have you played Fire Emblem Three Houses? She's that Manuela lady with the big old Jenga Jongers.
Oh wow.
Jenga Jungers.
Who is she?
Yeah.
Is she a sailor in one of the Sailor Moon? Was that what I saw up above?
Yeah, it looks like Sailor Moon, Sailor Star. She's Sailor Pluto, and some sort of flower
There you go. Cool.
named Lily.
Some sort of flower.
Sort of flower.
She's
I don't think I saw that part.
She's Ribrian.
I'm just trying to hang out here, man.
I'm just a tulip.
No, I was being flower. I was being flower from Hello from the Magic Tower.
Oh yeah, yes you were, weren't you? Everything is testicles.
It's my favorite flower. Favorite voice acted flower.
She's great.
When I think voice active flower, I think feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
That is classic.
Nice.
Oh,
I also think of Pee Wee Herman. Those flowers in the window. They're pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Dude, I guess she's always been Sailor Pluto. She's been Sailor Pluto in a lot of things. I'm flipping through all her stuff here. A lot of really old anime. She's in an anime called Geico as a character named Trixie. Nice.
Solid.
Interesting.
Pee Wee Herman. That was you can see a really young Lawrence Fishburne and a really young Phil Hartman on that show.
Love Cowboy Curtis.
Yeah, you talking about Cowboy Curtis?
He's one of my favorite characters. I love it.
Yeah. And Yvonne, the prettiest woman in the world, would go on to play Charlie's mom in Always Sunny.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Weird.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I am a walking IMDb.
That's awesome. I always thought that that Yvonne, the prettiest woman in the world, was one of the singers from the B-52s, but I was wrong about that. That was not the case.
That is definitely the style she was going for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody had matching towels.
Exactly.
All right, so this is Billy West's list here that we'll be flipping through. Go ahead and continue.
Billy West is another legend.
Another legend.
The Red M&M. If you want to talk about someone else who does multiple voices on the same show, Fry, Professor Zoidberg, and Zap Brannigan.
Yep.
Oh wow.
All him.
Yeah, amongst like 20 other characters. Swear to God.
Yep, there was Stimpy.
But yeah, wait.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he was also this weird Pepsi character named the Marfalump. And
that caught my eye.
And for a Volkswagen commercial, he was Speed Racer. I guess
Just for a Volkswagen commercial.
I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm assuming.
How do you get? He was Doug. Wow.
He was Mr.
Was
Butts.
he always Doug?
Yeah, he's Doug Funny. See, Doug Funny and Stimpy. Those was two.
Wow.
Those were his two main Nickelodeon roles to start. He didn't really start voicing like Ren until season 3 or 4, I think, of that show. But he was always like a bunch of voices in that. Like any commercial you remember from Ren and Stimpy, like the voiceover was always him, screaming into a microphone. Amazing stuff. Well, let's just kind of flip through. So looks like he's stood in for a bunch of other characters like Bugs Bunny and stuff. I mean, he's always been the Red M&M. He looks like he was Milky in Got Milk commercial. Kind of creepy.
Probably classic to someone, but I don't really remember.
He was.
Do you know who the yellow M&M was?
Who?
J.K. Simmons.
Oh no shit!
Oh wow! Oh, I can totally see that now that I think about it.
That's wild. Oh,
I guess
he was all these black and white characters in the Brisk commercials with the stop motion. Remember those?
Oh shit! I do remember those.
He was like every voice apparently.
Bruce Lee, classic,
and Mr. Miyagi. So he can be two Asians. You know what I mean? I guess that's okay.
And a black guy.
And a black guy in the end, yeah. Let's see what else we got. It's acting.
He's just acting.
Acting. Here's various characters from Ren and Stimpy that we're flipping through, like the horror show of Nightmares.
What a gross cartoon. I love it.
Powdered Toast Man.
Oh man, he was also Roger. What's his name?
Roger Klotz.
Roger Klutz, and it
Klutz.
looks like he was Skeeter's dad.
Wow.
He was this weird
Dude,
fucking butt chin dude right here in All Real Monsters, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Nickelodeon was good to him, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he got a lot of money from them for sure. A lot of work. Let's see what else we got. A lot of things. Cat Dog. Looks like he was a lot of Cat Dog characters. Damn.
Nice. I was not a big Cat Dog fan myself. That's one of the few Nickelodeon cartoons that never stuck with me.
That was around the time I started growing out of Nickelodeon and into
Mhm.
Cartoon Network. Because
Yeah,
they
exactly.
started getting really good shows in the late 90s, like Johnny Bravo and shit like that.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Looks like
Was he Gex down there?
Was he Gex?
Is that go down? You're going real fast. Is that Gex right there? Go up.
Where?
You're
Here?
going real fast. I don't know. Hard for me to
Stupid
tell. No, go
invaders?
up more.
This?
He was a lizard up above.
Oh
There you
yeah.
go.
Well, no,
Is that
he
Gex?
was. Hold on. He was Gex in Mad Dash Racing, one video game, and he was also all these other characters. So they must have been.
Nice.
They must have been trying to get some voices on a budget. They're like, just call up Billy West. He can do a million voices.
It was probably a knockoff Mario Kart for like the 64, and they're like, just call him. Yeah.
This guy is. It's just man, a ton of work. But yeah, obviously you can see he's a lot of characters on Futurama. You know what I mean?
Richard Nixon.
And look, he was some characters on Adventure Time too. I guess that's cool. That yellow episode, where everything was yellow. Oh, and then of course he's in Disenchantment as well, which is also another great show.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, for characters, the other big one that kind of like started off my knowledge of voice acting and stuff like that is Kevin Conroy, and may he rest in peace.
Rip.
I mean, like, I think Batman the Animated Series was like so formative for me now looking back. I just like the ability to like enjoy dark content like as a child, even, you know what I mean, like just to like legitimately like grapple with things that felt really, I mean, you know, you go back now and it's a little bit like, I don't know, there's still some really dark like material that they cover in there, but it's like they just do it in such a good way. I remember like my dad like being excited to watch Batman the Animated Series with me, even though he wasn't really like a cartoon person or whatever, or, you know, like, you know, he's a parent, he didn't necessarily want to consume most of the stuff I was consuming, but like Batman the Animated Series, it was like done in such a way that he was like really stoked to watch it with me, you know what I mean? It's like, so yeah, Kevin Conroy, man, classic.
Gotta love him. Don't know why that was muted. Because I muted it. Remember that one time it was too loud? Or you weren't here for that, huh? That's right, you weren't. He was also Captain Sunshine on what's that show? Venture Bros.
Venture Brothers.
You may be invulnerable, Monarch, but no one is
Classic.
invulnerable to justice.
Oh, that's definitely him.
You pay for what you did to Wonder Boy, once and for all.
I noticed that the ray gun.
There you go. Just wanted to play a little bit of that Kevin Conroy voice. But when you look through this list, dude, you're just like Batman, 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 Batman. Fucking Kevin Conroy is Batman to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, of
too,
all the Batmans,
you know?
like live action or otherwise, like he's definitely Batman.
He's my favorite Batman, and Mark Hamill is my favorite Joker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see what's happening with Mark Hamill. How about that? What's happening with that guy?
Yeah, Mark Hamill's he's definitely my favorite Joker. He's just the iconic Joker for me for sure. But I mean, obviously in live action, Heath Ledger was really cool for that one thing. But as far as like the overarching picture I think of when I think of Joker, like it's definitely Mark Hamill.
Looks like he was a lot of other characters, like Corey Anders from the 1973 show Jenny.
That was probably his first role, maybe. Or
The new
pretty close to it.
Scooby-Doo movies. Man, look.
Yep.
Really, man.
Speaking of Scooby-Doo, every animated Fred from Scooby-Doo has been voiced by the same person. Frank Welker.
What? Oh, wow.
And he's Nibbler in Futurama, and if you ever need like someone to do animal sounds, he's the kind of dude who'll be like, all right, we need you to do a flock of geese, and he'll be like, all right, how many geese are in the flock? And then he'll just do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, son. He was a lot of characters in Johnny Bravo, I guess. Mark Hamill.
Yep.
A lot
Hell
of
yeah.
Yep.
I loved Johnny Bravo.
The show is excellent.
That show was off the walls.
Oh, he was the evil cat in Powerpuff Girls. Fuck yeah.
Yep. So
That's pretty-
solid.
It's pretty great.
Can't mention Powerpuff Girls without mentioning Tom Kenny.
Oh God, Tom Kenny is the man, dude. It's another legend.
He's another one of those guys who he just has like a great announcer voice. There's an episode
Oh,
of
yeah.
Futurama where with the one about the 7-leaf clover, where they're
Oh.
watching a thing about
Oh yeah. Yeah.
the Philip J. Fry in the past, and Tom
Mhm.
Kenny's narrating, and it's like, some say that well, he's buried with the 7-leaf clover, which brings him good luck in the afterlife. Perhaps some Egyptians may believe.
Yeah, he's great.
I love that Mark Hamill plays himself in one of the Robot Chicken episodes. That's pretty good.
And on The Simpsons.
And I think he also plays Harrison Ford in that same episode. Which is
That's awesome.
Bunch of regular show too. Look at that.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
he's a
tons of regular
lot of
show.
regular show characters.
A lot of regular. Oh yeah, because he was Skips. Skips,
Wow.
I knew he was. I didn't know he was all those other people.
Look at all this. Damn. I'm scrolling up. We're only in 2010 right now. Just want to show he's
he does
really
it.
prevalent, you know?
He's prolific, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually another thing I wanted to point out with this episode is the fact that like you get someone like Tom Cruise, who he's known internationally. Like you don't need to explain to someone who Tom Cruise is.
Mhm.
But you
Mhm.
look him up on IMDb, he only has 50 credits to his name.
Yep.
See?
And then you have someone like Tom Kenny who has like 564 on his IMDb. You have a guy like Kevin Michael Richardson who's he has 585, and these like no one really knows who these people are.
Yeah,
But
it's sad.
look at how many things that they're in, and anyone who's well, I don't know how old Gage is. I know Jacob's close to my age,
Mhm.
but like if you're close to our age, we grew up on this stuff. We pretty much
Fuck yeah.
grew up listening to people all our lives.
Yeah, totally. I think it's interesting too, taking this into the video game sphere. Like,
Mhm.
actually, recently I've been thinking about this with The Last of Us and how, I don't know if you guys have heard any of it, but Troy Baker is hosting The Last of Us like official HBO podcast, you know, and so it's like him talking to Neil Druckmann and who's the guy who's running the show? I can't remember
Mark
his name.
something,
Yeah.
Mark or Mike something.
Yeah. Anyways, he's the guy who did Chernobyl and all that.
Yep.
But it's just interesting to like see, you know, I think Troy Baker maybe Nolan North have kind of been like the two on the video game side who have like tried to kind of push their way into the spotlight from behind the microphone, you know what I mean? And especially with video game voice acting, like now, like also being facial capture and stuff like that. For some stuff, you're starting to see like a little bit of that come through a little bit more. But it's just, yeah, it's interesting to see like you said, like there's some people who have maybe only been in even less movies than Tom Cruise, right? Or like less popular movies than Tom Cruise, but are still much more widely known by people just because, you know, they're on screen or whatever it is. But yeah, the voice acting community like being so valuable to our experience with so much like, you know, amazing stuff. Like Kevin Conroy is a great example. Like I bet so many people don't know who that is, but like they do. If they've ever liked Batman, they do. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's interesting.
So while you were
Same
talking,
thing with Billy West. Oh, I'm sorry. You go.
no, you're cool. I just wanted to say that while you were talking there, I just scrolled through Tom Kenny's credits and it just didn't stop. It's like insane how many fucking roles he played. Go ahead, Gahmstead.
It's like Billy West. If you've ever seen anyone who's watched TV, like how popular were those M&M commercials when they first came out?
Seriously.
anyone knows who he is, even if you don't know who he is.
You know his
Yeah.
voice.
Oh yeah.
He's
I
spoken
mean, it used to even be like with radio announcers back in the day, or like the person who announced baseball games for the team that you followed and stuff like that, right? Like, communities would know that voice like forever. You know what I mean? Like, there was one guy who announced the Giants for like it was like 60 years or something crazy like that.
Yeah, or like the guys
Yeah, and
who introduce the NBA teams and stuff. The guy who does the one for the Lakers,
Totally.
that guy's been around forever too, right? Like baseball too. They also
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
those type of announcers that just iconic.
Wow, Troy
And
Baker was in Naruto. I didn't know that.
He's in Naruto Shippuden.
Oh yeah.
He's
Shippuden,
Yamato.
Sorry, yeah.
And Pain. He was Pain. No shit.
Yeah, I didn't know he was paying. That's wild.
Oh, he's Snow.
That guy's
It's fucking Snow in
he's
fucking Final
wicked
Fantasy
versatile
13.
too.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Like Joel doesn't sound like most of these characters.
No.
Yeah.
He does a really good job masking his voice.
But
He also does a good job. Wow.
look at all this regular show for him too. Dude, you know what is funny to think is like Mark Hamill, Tom Kenny, Troy Baker going out for beers after they record their lines on like regular show or something. You know that like they all know
Sounds
each
like
other.
a great time.
They all have to fucking know each other and like hang out sometimes, or they at one point did. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mark Hamill's like, oh, I know Troy. He likes an old fashioned. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's
Yeah.
interesting because they both play Jokers, right? So like,
true.
you wonder if they could just both slip into the Joker with each other sometimes.
No, Mark Hamill probably go up, or excuse me, Troy Baker probably go up to fucking Mark Hamill and ask for some tips on how to play the Joker. You know what I mean? That had to be something.
and I would say even Troy's Joker is kind of like an emulation of Mark's Joker because he did it for video games, right? So I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta say too, Troy Baker said that he was Green Lantern, specifically the Guy Gardner Green Lantern.
Hmm.
That was always my favorite Green Lantern because I like flawed heroes.
Oh yeah, solid.
There's a bunch of
He
characters
plays
in
Loki
Avengers.
in an animated thing. Wow.
Yeah, Avengers
Interesting.
Assemble TV show. Yeah. Whoa,
Hmm.
whoa, 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 whoa! He was Ryu Hayabusa in a Ninja Gaiden game. Wow.
Ninja Gaiden 2.
Interesting.
Nice.
Oh, he's this Far
I never-
Cry villain. I didn't know that. That's cool.
I
Yeah,
never
he's
finished.
Ping, right?
Yeah. Pagan.
What was that? Far Cry 4.
Far
Cry
Far
4.
Cry 4. Yeah.
That's the only one I played.
It's the only one.
Nice.
I haven't played that one at all. That's it. Yeah, Troy
Good on
Baker,
ya.
great guy, great voice. All these guys, and then how many voices has Tommy Tallarico done? None. He's done none.
Not sure.
'Cause that guy's done nothing. That guy's a fucking tool.
Tommy Tallarico, doesn't he mostly do soundtracks?
Yeah, he does. I just wanted to bring up Tommy Tallarico for some reason. That H Bomber guy
Just wanted to
on YouTube did like a video like dismantling his lies. You should check that out. Just saying.
Oh, it's
Oh.
so good.
Such a good
Shit,
video.
So
really?
good.
Yeah, I saw it
No
on
kidding.
Reddit one day. Someone had posted that. Or no. Actually, I learned about that because I was watching Mega 64 and he had been on one of their streams. And Mega 64 was like friendly with Tommy Tallarico in the past, did a bunch of videos with them. And so then when he was on the podcast talking about Tommy Tallarico, I was like, wait, what is this video? And I ended up watching it, and it's like really fucking long. It's a very long video. It's awesome.
You know, him and Greg Miller also have beef.
I believe it.
Some up at noon thing that Greg did a long time ago, and then there was like some bullshit that Tommy Tallarico was saying, and so Greg called him out on it later on the internet, and then Tommy Tallarico was all mad.
Yeah,
But whatever.
because that's the type of guy he is.
Yeah, totally.
Steve Bloom. It's another name.
Yeah, Spike from Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah.
Dugan from Samurai Champloo, Tom from Tsunami.
He's also the
1100.
new. Wow, he's
11
also the voice of the protagonist in Neon White, which is a game that just recently was
Oh, yeah.
circulating.
That's true. There, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the name of the character, Neon White. Remember?
I guess that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, did you play the game? You didn't play it, right? Because it's on
Nope,
PC
just
only.
Listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah, that's right. Game's cool, but damn,
It's
look
on
at
Switch. I can play it.
Oh, you can play it. Yeah, good game. I recommend people play that if they can. But damn,
Is he Jigglypuff? Oh no, he's a Digimon.
Oh,
that's sick.
it's in Digimon
Several
Adventure.
Digimon.
Yeah, he's as Poromon is kind of funny. Poruru
That
man.
is pretty funny.
Poruru man.
Where Garurumon is my
Jesus.
favorite
Dude.
Digimon.
All these voice
Yeah.
actors. Jennifer Hale is also a legend. Let's look at her really quick.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's just another badass woman. She's like into everything. Yeah, she's Bayonetta. So think if you can picture Bayonetta's voice, that's her.
Well,
And she's in
so
everything.
She's
the one.
She's the old Bayonetta, right? Not the new one.
I want to say that's the switch up. Yeah, I think she was the.
Bayonetta 3. No, she is the new one.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
was an interesting controversy that whole thing that happened. I mean,
Oh.
whatever.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's
it's
right.
a lot to get into.
I forgot about that. We don't have to get into it. She was
No.
she was Miss Marvel in Marvel Superheroes 4D. Sounds like is it an attraction?
Nice.
Huh. She was also on regular show. You think she got beers with Mark Hamill?
Wow.
Wow, regular show has the fucking cast. Man.
Billy West.
That's like
Jennifer Hale.
It's like Ocean's 11 of voice acting right there.
It fucking is. What the fuck? Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. A lot of things I've never
she
seen.
was some people on Clone Wars. That's cool.
Where did you see that? I'm going too fast. Oh,
It was up right there.
Ayla Secura.
It was Ayla Secura. She's one of my favorite Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know.
I also saw
character.
one of the moms from Billy and Mandy in there too.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Let's see who else.
Going back to my love of Cartoon Network.
Oh, and then we gotta look at Jim Cummins.
Jim Cummins.
Yeah.
He is all right. So if you're one of the Disney main characters, you have a job for life. This
Oh, yeah.
dude
Yeah.
is Winnie the Pooh. He's Tigger. He's Pete the Cat. He is
Mm-hmm.
so many goddamn people, and he's going to have that job for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Wild.
Which means his character's also banned in China, because Winnie the Pooh.
Oh,
That's how it goes.
Fuck. Come on, I love Winnie, man. Why does it got to be political?
Um,
Why does it got to be
he
political?
was
It's so
And-
interesting.
he's like that Bayou.
Whoa.
He's that Bayou boat captain
Uh-huh.
in Scooby Doo on Zombie Island,
Oh. Look at all these.
and that's actually what is
Whoa, all the Skyrim characters.
Yeah, he's like,
wow,
oh,
that's
a shit
wild.
ton of Skyrim characters. Look at that. He's
He's
every,
like-
was Bethesda.
all the Jarls and everyone.
yeah, he's everyone's favorite character, Froky Wedded Blade. It's everybody's
That's awesome. Because
favorite
I know there's
character.
only like 3 voice actors in Skyrim. It's pretty ridiculous.
He's one of them.
Charles Martinet is one of them.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, Charles
Yeah,
Martinet.
the guy who's Mario. What's the name of that dragon?
I don't
Parthenax, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
is
knew
he
it
like?
wasn't Parallax.
He's like, oh, you gonna kill me? Oh. Oh.
He's like,
ah, wah, 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 wah. What the hell? Who's Robbie Damon? Never heard of this guy. Who's Robbie Damon?
I don't have it either.
I bet it's that thing we were just talking about, right? Gahmstead. Like, we don't know this guy. Yes, we do. Guarantee we do.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Oh, this is an anime dude. Let's see if we recognize any anime
Yeah, a
character.
bunch of
Oh,
anime stuff.
this guy, Haganezuka. I remember that guy from Demon
from
Slayer, but it's
Demon
from a game.
Slayer. Yep.
From a video game. Let's see. Sailor Moon Eternal. Watched like one episode, and Joy was like, "I don't like their voices. They don't sound right." So that happened. Oh yeah, see, he is Hagane Zuka. Am I saying that right?
I have this kind of a random non sequitur question for you, but
Yeah. Wow.
Jacob,
Man.
I'm playing Sekiro in the original Japanese. Is that the move?
I mean, you could if you want to, but I like to understand what people are saying, so I put it in English.
It's all subtitled anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, but not if you're in the middle of a fight. You know what I mean? You think I'm gonna read subtitles in the middle of a fight? That's one of the only problems I have with fucking SD Gundam Battle Alliance is the entire time you're listening to like people have a conversation in Japanese, like an entire level of just people talking over the entire level in Japanese with subtitles, but like it's so hectic and I'm battling, like I can't read. I have no idea what they're saying. So it's just like da 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 da. I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what you guys are saying. So I just like the option.
Totally.
That guy seems pretty prolific as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys heard of Matthew Mercer? He's great.
He's Ganondorf, right? In the new Zelda?
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't know if that's Ganondorf who's talking. Okay, it's just some sort of villain voice. That's all we know.
You're right.
Christopher Sabat. We talked about him. Christopher Sabat. That's Vegeta's voice amongst a million other Funimation anime. He's amazing. Like, there's just so many great actors out there you've never heard of. Who's the guy who does Goku's voice? What's that guy's name again? Goku.
Isn't it Sean something?
Sean.
Couldn't tell ya.
Let's see. Goku voice English. Come on. Sean Schemmel. That guy's amazing. I'm gonna pull up a video of that guy screaming. Sean Schemmel screaming.
If you're gonna be on Dragon Ball, you gotta have a good scream.
You have to be like, ah, ah. I'm trying not to actually scream into the mic.
For like an entire episode.
I will not let you destroy my world!
Hold on, wait. Let's run that back. Let's run that back, and I need to move the window so you can actually see it. You got to see this guy. Got to see this guy screaming. It's incredible stuff.
I will not let you destroy my world!
Damn.
Get it. Wow.
It's the
Serious.
best. It's
Serious
the best
stuff.
So yeah, I mean, like, okay, so I guess we're just having fun talking about voice actors, talking about roles. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of voice. Like, clearly, it's not like every character in existence is a different person. You know, a lot of these people are repeating actors, but then they're just so like great at changing their voice. You know, some people you can really hear it, but then it's like their voice just works as the role. I also like to see in anime a lot too, where you know, the supporting actor that you see in a bunch of anime, and then all of a sudden a new anime comes out and the main character is that voice actor, and you're like, oh, good job, guy. You got your main character role. You know, I like to see that happen. Yeah. But there is an issue in anime, like with English voice actors. I don't know if you guys heard about this, where they're being like severely underpaid. That's just really sucks. Because you see these like, you know,
video games too.
Absolutely. I mean, we're looking at these big long lists of like roles and stuff, and these people are making peanuts, you know, and it just kind of sucks to see. And like, especially in today's day and age, like anime and like animated shows and stuff are just so big, especially with the internet. Like, pay these guys more money. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh, I agree 100%. Because the people at the top of the ladder, the only reason why they're making bank off of these properties is because of the voice actors making these characters iconic. So a little, like, you know, compensation is more than earned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like a lot of times the way that some of these shows come into being is by like someone like a Seth MacFarlane or something like that being like the co-creator of them, and then also voice acting, or like, you know, recent controversy aside, Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon's whole thing there, you know. But it seems like or like SpongeBob, I know the creator, right? He does some voices on that show too. Originally at least. And you know, so it seems like if you're not in that type of position, then yeah, it's easy to get screwed. But if you're just a contracted person, and you know, voice actors, I think can join. There's a voice actors guild, right? I know there was a big strike.
So I don't know what the fuck happened.
I'm gonna wave my hand so you know in the editing process.
Well, there's a whole other file I have to stitch together. So that's the kind of edit that we have to do, because I had to completely close OBS. So anyway, we're back. We're talking about I don't know what the fuck we were talking about, but I think it's you need to pay people more, respect your voice actors. You know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera.
You mentioned how especially like in anime, the quality of voice acting that you get has improved over the decades. Like if you listen to an 80s dub compared to now, and you can really say the same thing about video games. Just think about like the classic bad voice acting from the 90s, like Resident Evil and Symphony of the Night, and then look at both Last of Us games.
Yeah.
What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets? Yeah.
You know, it's interesting now. It's like we were talking about it. Like,
great job.
You know, some video games make far more money than movies, than certain big blockbuster movies do, and certainly the games industry as a whole is a bigger industry than even Hollywood is these days, and yet I would assume that the people who are starring in these video games, their salary is probably a fraction of even a lower working like leading actor in Hollywood these days. So that's just an interesting kind of disparity. Obviously, you know, different stuff goes into video games, but still, like, the characters that we play matter, right? So it's an interesting one.
Yep. It's true. And you know what? A lot of times in these video games nowadays, like, they are acting. Like, the mocap that you're getting, like, the actual actors on screen that you're seeing, like, the movements of the characters, it's the voice actors as well in those, like, crazy rigs, like, acting things out, you know. And nowadays, like, they have those cameras on their face, too, so, like, they can convey emotion. So, like, you know, we need to abolish that. Like, they're acting. It's not easy. It's not fucking easy to just, like, you know, like, read lines and be like, okay, what's my motivation? You know?
I mean, the person who stepped in to play Senua in Hellblade, and, like, that whole story was so cool. But, oh my God, like, her expressiveness and her, like, vulnerability in that role, like, was what made that whole game, I think. You know what I mean? So it's like that type of stuff. It's cool to see stories like that, and hopefully those people get compensated and recognized for what they do, you know? What do you guys think about, especially in the video game sphere, celebrity, but in anime too, I guess, celebrities, or like Hollywood celebrities, kind of coming in? Like, we just learned with the James Gunn taking over the DCU that he plans on having the same actors portray themselves in the movies as well as the games. Like, how do you guys feel about that element of it?
I dig it.
But that, I can see that working, you know, in the, if you want to keep the continuity, if you want to keep the illusion alive for the audience from movie to video game, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And even like having celebrities in video games back in, you know, God, what was it, like over 10 years ago now with Fallout 3. Liam Neeson was your dad.
Totally.
You had Patrick Stewart as the, you know, the Emperor in Oblivion. Those, at that point in time, that was helping give an air of validity to the medium, because you have actual, like, renowned actors playing the roles.
Yeah, totally.
So, I think if it's done in the right way, you know, there's no problem with it. But
Yeah.
if you just have a role based like what was it? What was that Vin Diesel game? Whaleman?
Oh yeah.
Like the whole draw of that game. Oh, Jacob's face. I love that. The whole draw of that game was the fact that Vin Diesel was in it. Like, who gives a fuck about the game? Vin Diesel's in it.
Never
If you
even
go
heard of
that
it.
direction, then you're going in the wrong direction.
Like I think it'll be interesting to see what becomes of that game that was announced at the Game Awards, Rockay City,
Oh,
with like Michael Madsen and all those guys.
yeah, it's just a who's who of features of Cameo. It's like Cameo,
Yeah.
the video game. Like, let's
No
just
doubt.
let's make Call of Duty and fucking have as many cameos as we possibly can fit in our budget. Could be
Hey,
could
Ray
be cool.
Liotta worked in Vice City.
That's true.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that was like one role, and not to mention it's like, you know, GTA is like a story. This just seems like, I don't know. Watch the trailer if you haven't seen the trailer, but it's just so bro-y. It just feels like, what the fuck is this game? You know what I mean? If it's on Game Pass, it's just like, that game seems like it's just a meme. You know, you're just gonna play a meme.
Yeah, it feels like it's playing to the meme for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no real substance. It's like, all right, it's gonna be the gunplay of Call of Duty. People like that, right? All right, now start casting fucking Hollywood people from like 30 years ago, please.
Michael Rooker and shit.
Find as many as you possibly can, please. Fuck.
Jacob, did you play did you play Far Cry 6 with Giancarlo Esposito? I never played it.
No, the only Far Cry I ever played was 3, the best one.
But
I
yeah,
would say it's the best.
Huh?
nice.
What?
But yeah,
Hello?
Go for it.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can.
You can hear me? Oh, okay. I don't know, because now I don't trust my computer. I don't know. You guys just stopped talking. So I didn't know what the
Sorry,
fuck was
sorry.
happening. I'm just very paranoid about my computer now. So yeah, I don't know. You said something about Fallout 3 or Far Cry 3?
no, Far Cry 6, I believe you were talking about with Gus.
Oh, I was talking about Far Cry 3. That's the only one I ever played.
No, yeah, I guess I was just relating Far Cry 6 back to the voice acting thing with just like, you know, just seeing like how even like the marketing around that game I think really kind of concentrated on the fact that Giancarlo was the villain and stuff. So it's just going to be interesting to see as video games become bigger and like them integrating more. Like it seems like they're going to go more and more in that direction of having crossover between actors that we know on screen and actors that start to portray, you know, characters in games. So it's going to be an interesting transition period, I think, as that starts to happen more and more.
You bring up a good point with that because they really didn't talk about the game itself when marketing Far Cry 6. They were just like, "Hey, we got the guy from Breaking Bad,"
Yeah.
and at that point, it really all just depends on the publisher because that is right up Ubisoft's alley to just all substance, all style, no substance.
There
That
it is,
right
yeah.
up their alley.
Totally.
And way too many checklist items to cross off. Basically, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Giancarlo, so I thought it was interesting, but it still didn't compel me to buy the game. You know.
He's also one of the main villains in the Cyberpunk anime that just came out, Edge Runners.
Oh, that's cool. I watched the first 5 minutes of the first episode, and I want to go back and I want to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Definitely worth your time. But yeah, he's like an overarching villain that doesn't come in until like episode 6 or something like that. But
Ooh, nice.
yeah.
How many dildos are in this show? Is there any dildos?
There's probably a couple. It's very hyper violent and hypersexual, that show for sure. But
Because that was like the whole thing about Cyberpunk when it first came out. Remember, just way too many dildos everywhere. You figure they might want to throw one dildo in there.
By the time I by the time I played Cyberpunk, they had already patched the dildos out a little bit.
Nice, nice banana hat. Perfect.
It crossed midnight, so it's day 24 now. I can't
Oh.
wear day 23 anymore.
Oh, I see.
Wow, fantastic.
Perfect.
Glad we were here for the change. Well, if it's after midnight, shall we endorse, fellas?
Oh, I had a quick segment planned. Do you guys mind?
segment away.
It's gonna be
Segment away.
It's gonna be really fast. It's called how good of a voice actor are you? That's the segment.
Oh God.
That's the segment. So let's get this window going here. I have just a random line I pulled. I got a couple lines here. Who wants to jump in first? All you got to do is just read the line in some kind of fun voice. That's it. Who wants to go? Raise your hand.
I mean, sure.
You gonna go first, Gage?
I'll jump in. Sure.
All right, you go first.
Sure. Why not? All right, I gotta get into character here.
Yeah,
Okay?
get into character, man. Let's hear it.
Well, thief, I smell you. I hear you. Your breath. I feel your air. Where are you? Where are you? Come on now, don't be shy. Step into the light. Wow. There we
That's
go.
a good walk-in.
That's pretty
I
good.
tried.
Good walk-in.
If the first couple lines were hard in Walken's voice, I just didn't feel like it was his voice. But later on, once you get into the where are you? Wow.
All right, Gahmstead, why don't you take this one?
Okay. You fool! The power contained within these orbs is enough to turn one into a living god. All I have to do now is kill you and take back what is rightfully mine.
Nice. I like it.
Snaps.
That's good.
Solid. That was good.
Let's see. I got this.
Jacob,
last
you
one.
have to do one, right? Come on now.
Yeah, I'm doing one. All right. Oh, this one goes a little longer than this, so I'll cut out the rest. Here we go. Once upon a time, in Central City, there was a butcher named Barry. Barry loved to chop up meat more than anything in the world. But one day, when Barry got tired of just chopping up cows and pigs, he found something new to chop up. People. And so he went out night after night in search of fresh meat.
Ooh, creepy.
There you go. You know what that's from, by the way? Any guesses?
Sounds really
Not
familiar.
at the end.
It's Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Barry
You
the
were kinda
Butcher.
going for You were kind of going for like a pulpy horror thing with the voice there.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. It's what I like to do. I like horror stuff. All
Right.
right,
Oh yeah.
let's endorse some shit. What do you guys got? What's your endorsement?
Hey, nice. Did you come prepped with something, Gom?
Yeah, I have I have something to endorse. I endorse just actually appreciating your time. You don't actually have to be, busy 24/7. Just actually like stopping and enjoying the moment for the moment, It's easy to forget to do that. So that's what I'm endorsing right now.
That's an
Nice.
excellent endorsement. Jacob, I love how a lot of times our guests that we have come on here and they endorse some really nice, wholesome shit, and then we just endorse some beer, some bullshit like that. So far our guests have really topped us on the endorsements. I like it. Sam, like the other day, endorsed some nice, like wholesome thing as well, and I was excited about it.
It's because we've done so many episodes that we're like, okay, what am I gonna endorse? What did I? Burger King, because it's across the street. That's not my actual.
Well, yeah,
endorsement, though.
Gom said that was very good. I appreciate it, and I've been trying to do a lot of that lately as we've been going through these stages of pregnancy, and soon with our daughter coming, I gotta remember to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. From one dad to a soon another, that's definitely important.
Right on.
Mental health check. That's a Jack Black thing.
Jacob, what do you got?
Lotus of Siam. It's a restaurant here in Vegas. It's, amazing Thai food. We went there for dinner last night. Have to endorse it because I've now gone. Finally, we'd had their crispy duck curry, tom kha soup with the chicken, delicious. We got the drunken noodles. That was bomb. I had that for lunch today. A little spicy, very good. And then the crispy shrimp. And I'll also endorse eating the skin of the crispy shrimp like a chip. I finally did it last night. It sounded, I don't know, sounds crazy, but essentially, like, they do that like thing where they pull the meat out, but then they have like the shell still attached, and they deep fry all of it, and you eat the meat part, and then you also eat the shell part, and it's like again, it's like a chip. It's delicious.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Bam.
All right, I can dig it. I like it. I'm really hungry, so that sounds really good right about now. I'm gonna endorse. I'll try and go wholesome this week too. I'm gonna endorse meal prepping.
Yes.
Been trying to be better about that lately. Trying to save money and stuff. So I've been mostly bringing lunches to work and whatnot. And Sundays we've just been taking time to put some basics together, and then you just add like whatever fresh stuff you're gonna need for the week as you go or whatever. So chopping veggies or making pasta and rices and things like that, and then like hard boiling eggs and buying stuff that works better to like make quick salads and stuff like that. Anyways, it's been good. I've been doing it all week, and I did it last week too, and pretty clutch.
Nice.
Do it.
Yeah.
How many days of meal prepping do you aim for when you do, like, in one session?
I usually try and make stuff that I could eat from like Monday to Thursday, and then I know I'm gonna like treat myself on Friday, get a burrito or something, you know what I mean? Or there's a pub right next to my work that makes like good bar food, so sometimes I'll go down there and like get a little sneaky shift beer and then some wings or something like that, and then go back to work and do that. But
nice.
yeah, I try and do like a Monday through Thursday kind of vibe,
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Now, just can you let me know how are we gonna travel faster than the speed of light? You know what I mean? How is that gonna happen?
Oh, you need some FDL knowledge before we leave the channel.
Yeah, we feeling like warp drive technology or like hyperspace? What do you think's more plausible?
I like the idea of what warp drive is in Star Trek, where they compress the space in front of the ship and stretch space behind it, so that you're shooting through space in a bubble where everything's like normal, but you're shooting through it faster than the speed of light because of how the ripple is moving through space. I think about this a lot more than I probably should.
Oh,
No, you keep thinking about
that's
it.
Good.
Let us know if you ever
Yeah,
achieve warp drive, Gage.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably. I think probably some sort of like, maybe it takes something along the lines of like a, you send some sort of, beacon or some sort of like generator or something to a point in space that maybe has to be like it maybe has to be sub faster than light travel, but then it can kind of be like a ping system where it gets like
Like a gate.
it kind of pulls us toward that thing, a gate sort of thing,
Warp gate.
and it pulls us to that space. So maybe it's more like in the sci-fi series the Hyperion Cantos, where as long as there's a gate set up, you can ping between those locations and stuff like that, because there's some sort of a wormhole thing, or use black holes, or some sort of time dilation, or who knows, something like that.
Fuck yeah, time dilation. All right, say goodbye, everyone. We're
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
We're done now.
Neon Pocket Dimension. Oh wait, let's plug your
yeah.
stuff. Hold on.
Excuse me, our guest Gahmstead. Please follow him at twitch.tv/Gahmstead. Let me type it.
Oh yeah.
Type it on the screen. There it is. Also follow this guy on Twitter. Gomplex. Yeah, did I do it? No.
AHM.
Damn it.
AHM.
It's not Ghana. There you go. Gomplex
There we go.
on Twitter. Twitter.com/follow this guy. Check him out. You'll see him in the description below as well. And
What
I'll
kind
do
of
a
stuff you
shout
do
out.
on Twitch, by the way?
Mostly Monster Hunter right now, but for the Lunar New Year, I bought every Devil May Cry, so I
Wow.
am going to stream through all of those this year, from
Oh, nice.
in chronological order of their in chronological order of their release.
Right on. Awesome.
That's amazing. So definitely give him a follow. Definitely check him out. If you like Monster Hunter, this guy's playing Monster Hunter all the time. He'll teach you about Monster Hunter. He'll teach you how to even not kill the monsters. You know what I mean? There's more to it, and he would love to teach you about it because he taught me a lot.
Oh, I would.
Okay, now we can say goodbye. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm the worst. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for being a guest. It was fun bullshitting about voice acting. Sorry about the technical difficulties. And
Hey,
again,
those aside, it was a good time.
great.
Hell
Peace. Deuces. Oh yeah, follow that guy too. Gage. Luke shot first.
Don't worry about me. I'll
You know
plug
him.
later.
You know him. Luke shot first. OM Jesus. Follow Neon Pocket Dimension. You see all the stuff down there. NPD Squad on Twitter. Neon Pocket Dimension on Twitch. We're going to be streaming some games here and there. Check us out. Okay, we're done
Yeah.
recording. Goodbye.